The classic interview question, walk me through your resume. Life's not fair, and the fact is that this is a really question. It shows the interviewer probably hasn't looked at your CV and they want you to walk them through it. But that's okay, because it's a great question for you to sell yourself big time. You're now in the driver's seat and you're in control of the interview. Here are the do's and here are the don'ts. Okay, the do's. Number one, before any interview, and especially with this question in mind if it's asked, you want to go through your career history and highlight 2 or 3 really successful periods that are relevant to this job at hand. If they ask this question, it's going to be gold, because you can connect the dots between these career highlights and this job. Golden opportunities. So have those prepared. You're going to raise them in a normal interview, but if this question is asked, you know, it's go time. Number 2, when you're talking about these highlights in your career that match up to this job at hand, you want to clearly articulate why it was successful. What are the benefits to this business in hiring you? So things like, how much did you hit budget by? How much money did you save the company? Real tangible achievements. What did it mean to the company? What legacy did it make? What was the result of your actions? And how did it make them feel? As I said earlier, you're in the driver's seat here, so really ram that home. Just on this as well, when you're stepping through your career history from this question, when you hit these highlights, it may be an opportunity to engage the interviewers a bit, like maybe pose a question back to them on the success of your experience, about what they're doing, just to get a bit of conversation going. Otherwise, you know, walk me through your resume may be a bit of a dialogue that can be a bit sort of one-sided, which is good, but get a bit of conversation going on the topic of these highlights. Okay, the don'ts. Number 1, do not read your resume. This is when you may see the interviewers fall asleep. They've got the CV there, they can read it. You want to just go through the highlights, yeah? What's behind the scenes, what you actually achieved with your resume. Do not read word for word from the resume. Number 2, clearly in anyone's career, there's going to be jobs that are less relevant. You know, your first job out of uni may or may not be relevant. Parts of your career may be in a different industry. As I said with the do's, get to the highlights. Get to the highlights and spend the majority of time walking them through the resume on stuff that is relevant to the job. So you can skip over 5 or 10 years in literally 20 seconds. You know, this is what I did when I left uni, or this is what I did during this period, you know, and that's going to be fine. All right, good luck. This interview question is asked still. As I said earlier, it's not the best question, but it's a great question for you to articulate your career. Good luck.